I've been at Morson for nearly a year. Crazy to think that it's nearly gone already, a year. In April, what do? So I look after our corporate functions division within Morson. What does that mean? So my teams look at pretty much anything that's within an office that's non-tech or engineering. What some people won't know about me, apart from my work life and dressed like this, see me often in coaching clothing. So I've been involved in martial arts for 20 plus years. I hold a black belt in kickboxing myself. Competed a number of times, a number of years ago now, albeit quite a long time ago now. But in more recent times, I coach. So I coach Thai boxing, boxing or kickboxing, so anything stand-up martial arts. And most of my recent involvement is with the White Collar Fight Club, which you're right, actually goes more beyond than just fighting. The White Collar Fight Club was set up originally to get people from generally an office background to compete against each other, but for charity is the overarching thing. So we're now 34 seasons in, raised £640,000 for charity, all different charities, but one of the main ones is for mental health, and for people to get in from nothing to fight someone within an 8-week fight camp. There's always a story that tells the reason why they want to fight and compete, and there's normally some interesting journeys that go from there, from all different types of people I've coached, from ladies that have been victims of domestic violence to bereavements and all different parts of it. And that's the part that I'm kind of interested in around the whole mental health piece, for sure. When I'm coaching fighters, it's similar to when I'm coaching staff. Obviously very different environments, different backgrounds, different stories, but most of it is about mindset and creating a winning mindset that they can take forward. So when I'm coaching fighters, it's not about just that fight, it's about them progressing throughout life and being successful in whatever they do. Because you have to go through a whole journey. An 8-week fight camp can be grueling if you've never done it before, and it takes everything out of you. You want to give up about 25 times. And actually in work, sometimes it's the same. In recruitment, you have difficult clients, difficult customers sometimes, things don't go as well as you want. Your career might take a detour. You might have some personal problems or personal issues that stop you kind of getting to where you want to. So my job is to kind of coach and help and support both in that world. And I get really satisfaction out of that, you can probably tell, around maybe someone winning a fight, but also actually successful career modes. For me, you should do what you like doing. So for me, I enjoy my work, I enjoy working with people, I enjoy supporting and watching their progression. What I have to do is make sure I have some downtime, because you're right, you can't be high energy 24/7. So actually when I'm not working or not coaching, I make sure that I spend time with my family. I've got 2 children, my wife and the rest of my family, and make sure that I have some downtime to re-energize, recharge up. That doesn't mean when I'm with them that I'm kind of no energy and I'm asleep. It just means that my energy levels are slightly different, and you have to make sure that you are, I call it a container, like a stress level container, and you make sure you're emptying those levels before they overflow, because that's when you have mental health challenges, and that's where you kind of feel zapped, no energy, hard to motivate yourself. So I make sure that my mental health tank and my energy tank gets de-stressed and emptied, so then I'm ready to go again. I'll talk to you about a challenge probably 2 years ago, so quite fairly recent. So in 2024, my friend lost his wife due to cancer, sadly. 3 months later, I lost 2 of my uncles, almost 2 weeks apart. So I lost 3 people that I cared about within the first 4 months of the year. My mother then got diagnosed with a brain tumour. So she had that, so we had that ongoing. Whilst I was working and coaching, and my family life, so dealing with some of those quite hardships. And then sadly, come the end of 2024, I remember it now, Friday the 13th of December, my role didn't exist anymore in my previous organisation, and then the week after that my mum sadly passed away. So quite a year actually, getting made redundant from my work, losing people that I cared about, but whilst also having to focus, be motivated to motivate others within the working environment and also personal environment. Some people think, how did you deal with that? That's probably your next question. Do you know what it is? It's coaching. So I'm a mental health first aider that most people know. And again, it's emptying that tank. For real chaotic, stressful, tough situations, you need to make sure that you have a support mechanism. You need to make sure that you're emptying that tank. And what does that mean? Different to everybody. There's no silver bullet. It's making sure you've got a support mechanism at home. Some people don't have that. So close friends, is there professional bodies that you want to speak to? And it's kind of maintaining that, I guess also that winning mentality. So sometimes through adversity, that's where we found out who we really are. And that's then drives the way we behave. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy. It wasn't a walk in the park. It was probably the toughest part of my life that I've ever had, all in 1 year. And you never feel like anything's going to get better, but you have to just stick with it and just keep speaking to people, be open-minded, listen, because that plays a key part in it, and then work towards what your goals and motivations are for moving forward. When you join a new company, you never know what to expect. Despite how many interviews, how many questions you ask, how much research you do, you never really know how things are until you turn up. For me, culture is a huge thing. It plays a big thing in my life. Supporting the right people and also being supported. I wanted to learn. I don't know everything. I may be quite a seasoned professional in the recruitment world, some 20 odd years, but you never know everything. But it's making sure that you can convey that and help support people that I might be managing or working with, but also the people that are more senior than I am, around how I can learn with them. What's the culture like? What's the behaviours like? And that was a really big thing for me. And the culture so far has been incredible. We're one family. That's so cheesy, isn't it? But it feels like one family. We're all here to help each other. It could be the cleaner, it could be, our chairman, and everyone in between. We're all driving the same goal and working together. And I felt really welcomed here. I feel like I've been here for years. Everything has been brilliant so far. Mental health, as I've gone through this interview, is a big part of my life, and it's something that we don't talk about enough. In previous lives, I've supported my father who had depression. I've supported fighters, friends, colleagues, everyone in between. And I think that plays a huge part. Our lives are stressful. Inside of work, recruitment is not an easy job. We have to deal with a lot of things that don't go our way often, and also externally. And when you add them together, it can become really stressful for you. So it's making sure that us mental health first aiders, and I'm not the only one, are always freely available. Everything is spoken about is in confidentiality, and just offering out that branch to say, actually, we're here to support you. We'll help you, whatever happens, whatever you go through your life, we're here to help and support you, because again, we're one family here and we've got to look after each other. I'll start with inside this business. We're not known hugely for being a corporate functions entity. Engineering was the main setup, and my driving force is corporate functions. So I can see the opportunity and scale of our business in my area to grow exponentially over the next few years. And I'm driven by making us one of those larger competitors in this space, as well as upskilling my team, and the good days when we get to promote people, when we get to see people going on high flyers clubs and everything else. That's what motivates me, of really growing a successful business function over the next few years. Outside of work, for me, is watching my sons grow into men. My eldest son is doing his work experience in a couple of months' time, so seeing how he copes with that and supporting those, and also supporting the rest of my family through whatever the next journeys in their lives are. And then the sports side of it, again, what's next, and supporting and continuing to support the White Collar Fight Club around, again, the next journeys of the next participants that come through our doors.